The legacy of the Biden administration will always include its illegal support for the genocide in Gaza.
That support has not only violated international humanitarian law, it violated the U.S. government's own laws.
We are among more than a dozen U.S. officials who publicly resigned our posts in protest, along with many others who left quietly.
We took an oath to defend and uphold the Constitution, but we were asked to violate that oath, and we're here to demand accountability.
I'm Anel Sheline, a former official in the U.S. State Department.
Alexander Smith, USAID.
Mariam Hassanin, Department of the Interior.
Riley Livermore, U.S. Air Force.
Our government's complicity in the destruction of Gaza has tarnished our reputation around the world.
As public servants, many of us tried to speak out internally. We then watched as our leaders gave political cover and massive funding to Israel, all while refusing to enforce U.S. laws.
One of these, the Leahy Law, prohibits the United States from providing funding to units of a foreign military or police force if there is credible information that the unit has committed a gross violation of human rights.
Investigations by journalists, lawyers, and human rights groups have revealed numerous allegations of Israeli forces using torture, forced disappearances, field executions, and rape against Palestinians since October of 2023.
Those specific types of abuses are all listed as criteria that the U.S. State Department uses when it considers invoking the Leahy Law.
The Biden administration did briefly consider sanctioning one Israeli military unit in 2024 for its actions in the West Bank, but they ultimately backed down. The U.S. still has never applied the Leahy Law to Israel.
The United States has also violated Section 620I of the Foreign Assistance Act, which bars security assistance to countries that block U.S. humanitarian aid.
According to the U.S. government's own records, it knew that Israel was blocking humanitarian aid into Gaza since at least April of 2024.
That's according to an assessment by the State Department,
as well as a separate report by USAID.
But my former boss, Secretary of State Antony Blinken, buried those reports for months.
We expect Israel to fully implement its commitments quickly. As Secretary Blinken has said, ultimately, it is the results that matter, and we will be judging them on those results. I would agree with the overall assessment that we are not yet at the level we need to be. These are ongoing assessments, and that's what makes the process a little difficult. It is an ongoing assessment every day. We're every day.
Well, if there's an assessment, then there's got to be an action.
No. You guys yourself set this 30-day deadline. Today is the deadline. Did they meet it?
We at this time have not made an assessment that that the Israelis are in violation.
While our leaders in the U.S. gave political cover to Israel, American taxpayers have footed the bill. The United States has reportedly funded 70% of Israel's war on Gaza. The Biden administration also violated multiple statutes in international humanitarian law.
These include Articles 3 and 4 of the Genocide Convention, which prohibit aiding, abetting, or otherwise assisting in the commission of war crimes, crimes against humanity, or genocide.
And Common Article 1 of the 1949 Geneva Conventions requires that party states take proactive steps to prevent violations of the conventions.
The U.S. has vetoed 4 UN resolutions that tried to pause or end fighting in Gaza, and it brazenly put pressure on the international court system to insulate Israel from accountability.
And so, Biden's legacy also includes the diminishing of international norms that were designed to protect human rights.
We all chose to resign because we respect the law, and we want to hold our government to the same standard.